What is being attempted to be expressed is this unchanging isness, seemingly constantly overlooked, this unmovable stillness that seems to emanate the illusion of movement. It is an appearance of a non-being and being simultaneously, although that cannot be comprehended. Yet there is this never-ending silence, uttered as sounds, like boom, like wow, often labeled as words such as wholeness, aliveness, this, what is, it, emptiness, or insert any new word that was heard, including any words that were uttered in the imaginary past and the illusory future by this speaker. Simply, what cannot be uttered, the wordless, the languageless, the moment it captures the imagination, it seemingly appears to have weight. Words that are empty seemingly have meaning, and instantly with an opposite. Yet there are no opposites. There's really no separation. Yet these are just wild statements again of something that cannot be comprehended because it already is. Whatever the case is, it's already the case. Seemingly what happens is when these words are uttered, the silence that sounds, what cannot be divided becomes fragmented, fragments. Even heavy and weighty words such as the absolute, pure, ineffable labels, consciousness or awareness, are labels of a no thing that cannot be captured, encapsulated as anything, as a word, as a concept, as an idea. It becomes a fragment of a subjective understanding of questionable knowing, since there's really no knower. So these conceptual ideas in words becomes a statements, something that is landed, something that is figured out. It's like figuring out the unknowable is also knowing. Calling it a knowable is a knowing that it is unknowable. No position is another position. There's no one is a knowing. And even a knowing is a knowing. Yet there's this undeniable isness, which is another word, by the way, that's unmoving, yet appears to move like sound waves that appears out of silence. This silence is often longed for, the silence of knowing, the silence of chatter, the silence of suffering, the silence of everything that seems to be contradictory. Yet the silence is in everything. But the silence, which is another word, becomes a statement, becomes a definition. And often when these words are becoming truths, absolutes, then it becomes segregation. One camp will say it's everything. On the opposite side, it will say it's really nothing. Or even when it says that there is God, there is no God. It's all coming from knowing. Compromising and compromising. One might position that there's no right or wrong, but this is the right one. One might position that there are no others, but some others are wrong. So what's being expressed here is this openness of these words as truly empty and meaningless. Like the snow that is falling slowly when it lands on the ground, when it's warm, it disappears. Everything comes and goes, but yet something is unmoving. And what this unmovingness is often wants to be captured, wants to be expressed, wants to be known. What is it that this speaker has that I don't have? What does this teacher have that I don't understand? There's points of comparisons. Who is right or who is wrong? Who is being truthful and who is talking about falsities? It's all an attempt to express something that cannot be truly expressed. In the appearance of knowing, there are levels of understanding of what seemingly cannot be understood. Well, the good news is that it does not need to be understood. It does not need to be known because it already is. It already is. You've arrived, but no one has arrived at the same time. You're here, but not here at the same time. Although these statements can emanate, can create this idea that someone has arrived at something that is known. There's this ordinariness that seems to be in everything, the simplicity without any separation. The paradox is that when someone is talking about non-duality, it becomes duality in trying to express something that cannot be expressed. It creates this surety that this is the truth even without saying it, by putting another down. All that there is this appearance of duality that's not really duality. That's a big statement again. But even in duality, there's going to be camps from both sides that will say that, oh, I don't agree with what they're saying, and I don't agree with what's being said. And then seemingly characters that seems to follow what is being said often becomes dogmatic in their understanding of what's being expressed, even if the intention of the speaker or the teacher is a suggestion. Apparently, of course. So this isness that cannot be captured as words is in everything. It's everything, simultaneously nothing. Some can also say that it is something that is absolute. But both statements are just statements, and trying again to capture what already is does not require any kind of comprehension. It's just all of this: statements, no statements, message, no message, teaching, no teaching, awareness, no awareness, everything, nothing. It's a play. Even non-duality is a play. And it just seems to be that there's some players that will talk about sweetness and some players that will talk about saltiness. Everything is allowed. So what's being expressed here is this unconditional, all-encompassing isness and everything that seems to appear. A shattering of concepts, a shattering of positions, a shattering of pedestals, a shattering of knowing, a shattering of everything and nothing simultaneously. And all that is left is boom, no one knows. But what's being expressed here is the sincerity that it's already done, that it's finished. It can be expressed that since there is no time, although time seems to appear, that the journey was never a journey, that nothing has really ever moved. Like having this really vivid dream that everything seems to be everything or nothing. When there's the moment of awakeness, none of that makes sense. Even language is a dream speak. So what's being expressed here is openness to whatever this is. There's a contentment in what's being expressed here. There's a sincerity that if there was something that can be given, it would already be given. But it's pointless because it's already the case. One can argue that these seeming statements are meaningless. Yet there is a repetitious, almost neurotic seeking of something that already is. So it flips back and forth, trying to avoid what is already obvious. That the unknown is seeking the unknown. That what is seeking what is. That the wordless is seeking in words which are also pointless. Even in this pointlessness of speaking about something that already is undeniably this. And that's another word. What is this again? So it tries to swim back and forth in something that is already, it's already, despite of the words misheard, misunderstood, or comprehended, or understood, or grasped, or ungrasped, it already is. So to celebrate what already is, if you would like to talk and ask questions and have a conversations, please go ahead. And thank you so much. This is great. I love these Sundays. Maria. Hello, Maria.
Hi.
Happy birthday.
Thank y'all.
Happy, I should not say the age. Happy golden birthday.
Oh, I'm 40. No shame. No shame. I've been playing this really funny game with everyone where they're like, I'm 40. And they're like, you don't look over 26. And I'm like,
That's
thank
right.
you. It's
That's
just
what I
this, like,
thought. 22,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, it's this like really silly game.
Yeah.
But where apparently it's better to look young than old.
Same.
Yeah. So as I was listening to you just now, I was like, there's still this sense that I've kind of been doing really lovely things for my physical health and
Yeah.
like taking magnesium baths and yoga and all this stuff and I've been feeling so good.
Likewise. Have you tried
Yeah.
beetroot gummies?
No.
So good.
What do they do? What, like
It's
weed
just
gummies?
beets. It's just beets.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Red beets.
Makes sense. You like beats as a DJ.
Yeah. Delicious too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um so I have these and I am feeling, very clear in my head and stuff. There's a lot of maintenance to that though, I have to say.
Mhm.
And I don't mind
Yeah.
like
That also
but
seems to be what's appearing, right? It's just maintenance of something that does not need to be maintained, which seems, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, so it's but there does still seem to be this tension and this belief that then comes up when like I had my party last night and I
Yeah.
didn't drink anything, but like, you know, a lot. It was a lot. And so I'm feeling kind of like hungover today.
Yeah.
Um and just a lot of impressions in the
Yeah.
thoughts, right? So like
Yeah.
conversations, and it just feels very full.
Hmm.
And that just feels like it's bad. Like it feels like that's not enlightened.
Yeah, of
Whatever.
course. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. So what's being expressed is like an open house, right? That
Mm.
everything is allowed, like it's the doors are open, all the windows are open, all the lights are on. So even that is allowed as just, it comes and goes. Then there'll be ideas that, oh, this is it. Sometimes you're walking around and you're seeing the wondrous clarity that there's no words needed or something. And then a word will pop up and say that, oh, is this enlightenment? Again, what was trying to be expressed in that opening, right, is when someone holds on to an idea that becomes a solidity. It
Yeah.
becomes a belief. It has weight now, right? So what's being expressed is this weightlessness of words, you know what I'm saying, that comes and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do you get what I'm
because
getting at?
I think so. I
Yeah.
because I there's a noticing that there's like I was kind of like worshiping at the altar of Emerson for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like and not
And
just
I
not
call
just
and
me.
I called you on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also and it was like I was just really attached to the words that you were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got really shaken out of me in the last few weeks, which has been great.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pendulum's going the other side again a bit.
Yeah. It kind of appeared that way too sometimes. That's also it. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know what? Everything just comes and goes. But there is this unmovableness of what is that cannot be talked about, right? So we can go back and forth and everything, right? But the pendulum can swing back and forth, could sometimes gonna like be stuck and then it goes again. But what's something that never moves is the one that's overlooked.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. So
It
basically, it doesn't
yeah.
matter. You know what I'm saying? So meaning even the thoughts that this is not enlightened or light, even or the opposite, I am enlightened, are both irrelevant because they're structures again of something that cannot be structured. They become positions of something that cannot really be positioned. Again, we're
Yeah.
just swimming in words here, right? Of
Yeah.
something that all of these words are all irrelevant because what is that never moves is unconditionally all encompassing. It appears in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even, even worshiping at the altar of Emerson, and then when I said there's really, there's really no hierarchy here, there's no levels here, that's the pendulum swinging. Both doesn't matter.
Right. Because it's
Yeah.
it's it's just moot.
It's a moot thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
there was kind of a layer of that's kind of now that was
Yeah. Yep.
it's so funny. Yeah.
There's
Because
going to be some
yeah.
stuckness, but there's always this openness, right? That even stuckness is allowed to appear. But kind of like what I said, it's an open house. You know what I'm saying? It's an open, everything is all, you know what, it's the back doors, the windows, the garage, the front doors are all open. That even that idea of stuckness just comes and goes.
Yeah, it's so radical.
It
And
is.
and no, because no one's noticing the coming and going. That's
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That's so
Vaboom.
wild.
Yeah, isn't it wild?
Yeah, because that's I think where there was some stuckness allegedly is
Yeah. I mean, basically what I was trying to say earlier is just don't even get stuck in the words that I say. That was gonna like a spotlighting of the words that I use, like emptiness, this, what is, and everything, because that just becomes another comprehension of something that cannot be comprehended. So even if comprehension happens, that's also it. But that comprehension, when it's exposed as just another appearance of something that never comes and goes.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
kind of, yeah, like I think also when I first came to your meetings, there was I was so bummed out by spirituality
yeah,
that like I kind of was just like need to detox, and then now
yes,
it's like,
yeah,
and then I got a bit scared of it and a bit like anti, and now it's just kind of like all balancing out a bit.
yeah, yeah. Again,
Yeah,
when it's really said that there's nothing wrong or right, you know what? It's just kind of like this character saying that I don't really like salty foods.
right.
I like
Yeah,
sweets. It's just what is. Get it?
yeah,
It's always an empty palate. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's being talked about. It's not just sweet. It's not just salty. Everything's allowed in the empty
right.
palate. Yeah. You might not like it, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's like yeah,
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 yeah, which makes things less scary.
yes. It's not yucking on your yum. Everything is allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey Mark. Mark, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. What? I don't have a birthday.
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks. I don't know why I said. Um, well, what did I want to say? Yeah. Yo, it's like like you don't even know what a thought is really. Like you can't even like it's not even like a real thing, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
but I was you can be so accustomed to that it's like this thing that is real. Like it's actually a real whatever. It's like, but it's just another like idea, you know, like feelings. Like you can't even like. I mean,
Yeah.
of course they make sense, but it's not like you can say they are like
I get what
you
you're
can't
getting at. Yeah.
take it out and see this is the feeling, this is the thought. It's like
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. But it, yeah, whatever.
It's just all this ephemeral appearances coming in and out, right? And it's the same thing as like heart beating, eyes blinking,
Yeah,
breathing, thoughts coming in and out, all irrelevant. And we give meaning to the irrelevant as relevant or non-relevant.
right.
And then there's this positioning that seems to come and go. Um,
Mm.
it's
Mm.
just this wide blown openness that seems to appear as everything is allowed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was a lot of this like back and forth or like these things, like whatever. But it's well, that's just bullshit as well. It's all just like
It
nonsense
is.
and bullshit. Really, it's just
It is. Yeah.
small words, but it's but somehow yeah, something is well, you know, different or whatever. But yeah,
Beautiful. Yeah.
and
It's
I
just
was
really simple.
actually
Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
I was yeah, sorry. Yeah, I can see Katrina is in the call as well. I was actually listening to Yuji Krishnamurti on YouTube. He's so much fun. Like he's just
Yeah.
the way he talks about it is just and like the way he just roasts like the people who come to his meetings. He would just tell them
What
there
a
was this
blast
guy who
that guy is.
yeah, I really and he would just tell this guy like that he would almost call the police on him to get them removed because
Oh,
he didn't want them to be
wow.
there anymore.
I
Like
haven't watched any of his stuff lately, but
he
before I
was
would watch, I'm like, what is
he's
this? It's also what
he's
is, right? It's
and
just,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. But it's like I mean it's just funny like the way he talks like it's a different way like he uses words like this is just like a mechanical thing here just reactions everything is just reactions it's just a
yeah,
fresh not a fresh but it's just a new way that than how some of other people speak but yeah whatever I'm gonna let
yeah,
Bolivar
yes.
ask an
Thank you.
important question.
Thank you, Mark.
Hi, Emerson.
Bolivar.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
So if this is an open house, as you said, and consciousness allows everything,
Yeah.
then beliefs are allowed. We don't have to
Yes.
worry about beliefs.
Yeah, why not? But there also there comes and goes, right? So what seems to be unmoving, there's this movement of belief or non-belief or whatever, is the ephemeral, is the appearance of coming in and out. But what comes in and out is illusory. What never moves is, I don't really like calling it any name, you know what I'm saying? But names like emptiness or whatever, it's not separate from that. So what moves really never moves. What comes and
So it's
goes,
just watching and
there's
watching
not
from
really,
behind.
well, watching from behind, creates another thought that there's a watcher, right?
Oh yeah.
So let's eliminate the thought that there's even consciousness or awareness or emptiness or whatever. If we go completely directly right now, you know what I'm saying? What's a watcher? What's a thought?
Thank
In
you.
the absence of understanding or knowing and everything or knowledge, what is this? And now there's not even anyone asking. These are just questions appearing directly and answers seemingly appearing, but they're just movements in an open house that is without an address, without a name, without a destination, because it never moves. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Keep on asking questions if you like. Yeah. Beets are good for heart opening, physically, nitrates, and maybe for rad non-duality heart opening too. It makes me run. Bolivar.
I guess. Uh, well, then I think I have to work on a belief that I have very
Yeah.
so firm in mind in this
Yeah.
consciousness. I
What
maybe
if we oh, sorry, go ahead, continue.
no, it's kind of
Um
a childish kind of a belief that I
no,
have
go
that
for it. Go for it. Yeah.
enlightenment has something to do with psychic powers and CDs and all those yogis in India, they get enlightened and they do things.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, that's what I believe too. That's what I believe too. I actually practiced holding my hand up like this for a long, long time because that's what I thought I had to do. Go to India and hold my some of those sadhus, right? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But what is not separate? What is already this? The seeing the clarity that there's nothing needed. It's almost sees a historical idea of something that's just simply that. It's just an idea of something that cannot really be put into thoughts. So all the belief, for example, comes and goes. I believe that too. I believed in Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and and sometimes I believe in the ascension before or apocalypse and all that kind of stuff. But those beliefs come and go. But what never moves that cannot be named is what's longed for seemingly. But yet we get caught up in the movements of something that's illusory, including belief systems. So what's being expressed here, the belief that is all just appearances of something that cannot be figured out. So the belief that I have to have special powers and CDs, I was convinced that I had a few CDs before because people told me, but that's their belief, and that became my belief, and that belief became a truth, which is just another belief, isn't it? So what might be true for me right now might not be true later, for characters. Many believe that the sun revolved around the planet. Many believed, you know what I'm saying, that a word, like a Bible is truth. Many believed it's just all comes and goes. Or maybe let's even go to non-duality. Many believes that this is all whatever consciousness, but whose belief is that? Or all awareness, or all nothing, to go to the opposite side, right? Even a no belief is a belief. So when we go through the mist of words and the mists of understanding and belief system, it's just a mist. And when it's seen that the integral belief that there is there is someone, an independent, an individual that is separate from what is, when that is shook apart, the beliefs try to come back, and then they die, they come back, they rise and fall. But what is not a belief system, because what is unmoving, which sounds like another belief system and everything, but the obviousness of it is overlooked. It's almost bypassed, right? Because it's always this, not as an idea, not as a belief, but in the absence of everything, which will sound like another belief system. But there's no one getting caught up in belief or non-beliefs anymore. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, and the Grinch. I get what you're saying, but I realize I'm waiting for some kind of proof before I'm all in. Can you speak to this? What proof? What's a proof? If you can elaborate on that one, I can expand more. Does the wind need proof? Does the snow need proof? Direct experience. Okay, all right. If you would like to, if you would like to speak to me directly, if you like, I know that you're in direct message right now, but the direct experience is the absence of next, the absence of what's going to happen soon, or the absence of I'm waiting for a direct experience. The direct experience is directness without an experiencer. It's just directness. It's just the sounds appearing. It's just this movement appearing. But what is being expressed here, that there's usually direct experience, is what's unchanging, what's unmoving. It's always direct. It cannot be denied. But the idea that direct experience has something to do with you is what creates this misunderstanding. It has nothing to do with the individual. The directness is what is to what is, empty to empty, the wordless to wordless. And then there is this negotiator that, well, I want that to be my experience. But the illusion, once you experience, is another illusion. So what's being expressed here is neither that, neither an illusion, or neither reality. It's unknowable. It can't be put into a box of an idea. But if you would like to contact me, we can talk more about that. Wyatt. Hello, Wyatt.
Hey, Emerson.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. First of all, thanks, man. Yeah, I found you through Jim Newman this week.
Oh, yeah. You get,
Okay.
were you guys at the meeting?
No, just on, I was just watching some old
Oh,
YouTube.
okay.
I heard you and I was like, I don't know, just kind of the way you speak about things, I guess, clicks more
Yeah.
than Jim. But I was watching a video with Shimon,
Yes.
and I don't know. It just felt like you kind of killed me there.
Oh,
And it was just, I mean, it was, I guess, what I've been looking for this whole time. And the first question I had,
hooray.
even though there's no one left to,
Yeah.
to want that.
Isn't it so clear without words, right? It's almost a clarity that you can't explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here in my apartment laughing at the video, like a crazy person. But yeah, the first question I had was about the proof thing, which
Yeah.
I guess got answered, because I'm been guilty before of spiritual bypassing. So I guess I wanted to make sure it wasn't, just some BS again. But
Yeah.
yeah, how
Yeah.
can there?
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I
I
was
can
just
see
gonna
it
say,
though,
yeah.
unless you don't want to show your face, but
Oh, I'm having an issue with my camera.
no worries. No
Um,
need anyway, but
yeah, no, how can there be need for for proof.
Yeah,
Just this.
it's already this, right? So the proof, it suggests that there's something that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just deep in there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the second question I had was kind of related to these. I mean, there's suggested paths from a bunch of other teachers online that you can
Yeah.
get, you know, supposed teachers that you can get wrapped up in online. Like, I mean, Angelo DeLulo, I mean, I got his book and there's so much stuff there. And I did some of this Feder work with Kevin Chanelek's method. And yeah, I understand that. I mean, whatever understands that it's not that relevant as it's just part of this, but some of
Yeah.
it, like I mean, I did have some shifts that have still
Yeah.
stayed and seem relevant. Like the Feder 6 is one that's kind of dramatic, and I still, you know, feel like my perception of things visually now is it's like Paper Mario compared to how
Yes.
3D was. Just I can't think of a better way to describe it, but
That's a good one, actually. I like that. I'll use that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if that was something that happened you know, anywhere else, or if it's completely irrelevant. But yeah, just curious about that because it seems like they are, you know, real.
Yeah, you know what? There's just this openness, right? So whatever seems to appear is also it. And
Yeah.
but there's just what's being expressed here is just the openness for everything. It's the allowance, although there's no one allowing. If you know what I mean, right? So like, you watching that video was just, was just an impersonal openness, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like it's not the words that you heard, but it's just something that already is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
whatever it is, I'm saying it already is, but it's you know what, there's again, there's just this beautiful expressions of what is, right? It can appear as Angelo or whatever, or Tony or Jim, or feathers or whatever. It's just all expressions of something that is already clear. But what's clear is that even this speaker is not needed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Because what cannot be comprehended is always, 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 always. It's an infinite always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you drinking Soda Stream, Emerson? No, it's just water. It's just a cool, container. Yeah. It's like thinking just gets lost in thinking, looking for more thinking, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, it's just what is. And it's funny, right? When there's a train of thought that keeps on maintaining that there's something to get, something to happen. And it's just a thought maintaining a thought to maintain a thought, that the thought is whatever seems to appear. Yeah. Maria.
Hi. Would you say, I think I answered my own question, but would you say that like the when the physical body is in danger or is sick, there's more of an there's more intense sensations connected to the thoughts, making it feel very.
It could appear that way, yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When I had that experience that you know what I'm saying? I had intense, it could appear that as that too.
But I guess, yeah, go ahead.
No, but I think you know that already.
Yeah,
That it
yeah.
appears as that too, yeah.
I just in myself, I see it. Oh, this could be good. There's just this there's a lot of fear around like what's gonna happen if I let go.
That's a tenet in this, you know what I'm saying? But who's to let go? It's just another thought about something next when it's already this. It's already unmoving. What seems to be longed for is this silence, you know, when it's already silenced, when it's already the case, whatever it is.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Or not.
It doesn't matter. Yes, beautiful, Marcos. You just dreamed that um you're a real thing inside the body. Seemingly, it's just a robot mechanical thing reactioning. Seemingly appears that way, but that's just it's just simply what is appearing as whatever. Yeah, a self-driving Tesla or whatever. Yeah. Yes, seemingly waiting for an unhappening to happen when nothing needs to happen because as I mentioned, right, what isn't moving is constant. And then the waiting to happen is the illusory idea of what's constant. It's chasing something that already is, longing for something that's already the case, desiring something that is already. So
And
even the waiting is also it. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I just also the like, why am I so fucking thick and not fucking getting it when everyone else
Yeah.
is also the vibe.
That's also the vibe. Yeah. That's also
Yeah.
the vibe.
Yeah. God, that's a really sticky one, but it's not
It
sticky. Sticky to who?
is. It is
Yeah.
because there is this idea that there is a like the comparison that happens, right? That and it misses, overlooks what's already. So
Right.
it thinks
Yeah.
that there is something that happened there, but nothing that needs to happen. The non-happening is already non-happening.
Yeah.
So
Oh
it's
man.
waiting for a happening when the non-happening already is non-happening.
Oh wow, yeah. I think it's just my brain's way of like thinking that'll be the only way I still get to hang out with you is
Oh,
if I think there's still something to get. And it's like,
yeah. That's sweet though.
yeah, no.
Uh,
It's like, no, I can hang out with you anyway.
yeah, you can hang out. Yeah.
All right. You.
Yeah, I feel really stupid. I listen to a couple of sentences and get confused. Then I don't hear anything else after because I'm completely befuddled. Yeah, the happening wants to unhappen, so it keeps on trying to figure out the unhappening when the unhappening will never be figured out. It already is. And this is just a story, right? It's a seeming shift in perfection that the happening, the movement is already unhappening. It's already it. So that's direct. Even being befuddled is also it. There's nothing that's not it. Katriana. Hi, Katriana. Wanting to know when there's nothing to know. Yeah, which is also it. It's like the movement is trying to find stillness when movement is stillness moving, meaning it's already, even movement is it. It's never been separate. Hi, Casey. Hi, Emerson. What's wrong with words like aliveness? There's nothing wrong with it. This is just an expression that the words, will always have a contrast, an opposite. For example, say that aliveness will have the opposite of deadness. So it tries to capture something as a position when there's really no positions. It tries to, create this opposite when there's really no opposite. So it's almost like all the words are, being taken with a what do you call that saying again?
Grain of salt.
Grain of salt. That's what it is. Yeah. Because when a speaker or a teacher announces, something, then it becomes gospel for some seekers. And again, that's just innocence at play because there is this play of knowing and understanding and figuring out and everything. But when the speaker is keep on saying that, what, it's boundlessness, the confinement of the illusion arises. Basically, that it's an entrapment again when there is a getting something. This is just like openness. This is just that there's nothing to its transparency, that everything is it already. There's nothing that's fixed. Yeah, I like that too. Emptiness dancing. Yeah. That's why sometimes there's words that are added together and it doesn't really make sense. But the thing that happens is when individuals, characters tries to make sense of something that is seemingly intentionally meaningless. Catherine, hello.
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 It's like, oh gosh. Ah.
How are you? New haircut.
Oh, I started cutting my fringe here, and then on that side it was up there, you know, so you have to level it. Just some scissors and
Yeah.
an old container. It's like, oh well.
Yeah, yeah. Did you put a bowl?
New
You know, when
haircut.
did you put a bowl in?
No.
Okay.
My niece in Belgium said, "Oh, that's nice. That's the new fashion." Oh gosh, you know, it's just everything. Like when you were speaking at the beginning, your introduction is like melting butter or honey
Yeah.
is
Oh,
just so lovely. And then oh, I just feel so emotional, laughter, and then I want to cry, and it's still like wanting nothing to be something. I mean,
yeah. When
bloody
it's
hell.
already nothing, yeah. And it's gonna appear, you know what I'm saying, as it's but
Yes,
it's
yeah,
already
yeah,
done. There's nothing that can be done because it's done already. And
yeah,
then the wanting for something to be done when it's already done creates this feeling that something's not done, but that's also done.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
because they still want. Sometimes,
Yeah.
it appears that I can't understand this. But there's
Yeah.
nothing at the same time. Now I'm speaking. It's like
Yeah.
there's nothing to understand. It's just
Yeah.
blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah
It's
blah.
trying to understand silence,
Yeah.
isn't it? Trying to
Or
trying to
or
trying to find the definition
melting
of
butter
yeah. Yes, you got it. Yeah.
or
There's
honey.
nothing, yeah, because it's just melting butter. It's
Yeah,
just whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
just this seeming sensations of something that is not moving. Seeming sounds that's something that is really silent.
Chirp, chirp, chirp,
Chirp,
Katriana.
chirp, chirp,
Or blah blah.
blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's the good news that it's already nothing. But the word seems to create this idea of what nothing is. See, that could be what happens, you know what I'm saying? But it's basically idealess, it's languageless, it's wordless. So without words or ideas or the concepts of nothing or whatever, it already is, isn't it? But
see,
not for the conceptual
yeah.
individual. Yeah.
When you speak or whatever happens, there's a sense of this
Yeah.
nothing, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you would say, "Oh, it's not a sense." You
Because
know, I know
the nothing
I
becomes
can't.
a sense. Yeah. It's
I
yeah.
can't win. But
Yes.
I
And
just have to laugh because
that's the big,
yeah.
and that's awesome that you can't win because it's already done.
What does that mean? What does that even mean? That is already done. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
You know.
That there's nothing that anyone can do because it's already
But what
dot.
is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I know. See, again, it's trying to figure out what it is, right? If only I know what it is that is being talked about. If I know, and that's the introduction, right? It was just melting butter, basically
Yes.
exposing that any words that speakers, teachers can can utter is just complete. Really, it's just nonsense,
Yes.
right? And the
I
one
just yeah.
when there's a sensing of trying to figure out what it is, that's also nonsense. So the good news is everything is nonsense already.
I sort of see the background behind you, you know, it's full of different colors, different
Yeah.
lines, and one could maybe, you know, see something in there and it would be an illusion. And
Yes.
it's a bit like this then, you know, maybe it's blah blah blah.
But we'll chat again, Catherine. We'll clear up it that's also it. You know what I'm saying? Illuminate that it's always it. As
It's
always.
like
The
a
same
game
thing.
of ping pong, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's just ping pong. It's just words.
Yeah.
It's just, you
It
know,
seems
it's
so serious and so important, and at the same time,
Yeah.
it's a laugh, and like I don't
yes,
care.
it's allowed, but
It's
no
like
one's
I don't
allowing
care, and
it.
at the
It's
same
already,
time, I
yeah.
care very much. Just
Yeah.
tell me, Emerson. Just tell me.
If there was something that could have been said, I've already said it. But as I always say, there's nothing. It's not in what I say. It's this.
It is.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm on form. I just, there's just loving to
Yeah.
express myself with words. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can have an opinion. There's no more.
Yeah.
I
There's
don't
no
know.
more.
There's just
There's no more straight jacket, but that straight jacket
yes,
trying to put it back on.
yeah.
It doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah.
The straight jacket of knowing basically is just insanity, right? Because there's nothing that needs to be known.
Yeah, the straight jacket is definitely there. It's just so tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to cut the hair back a bit more.
You need to use a bowl, maybe that will.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Emerson.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much. Hello, Emerson. I thought I'd had a lot of questions, but how come I can't ask them anymore? What kind of voodoo are you doing that erases all of these questions? I don't know. Oh, that's a question. No voodoo, no magic, just the ordinary, just ordinariness. It's just really simple that there's just this sobriety with stories and concepts, and but also see that that's okay. There's nothing wrong or right, with whatever, right? So yeah, there's nothing special here, so to speak. It's just what is. Hijacked. We've been hypnotized by illusion. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm missing all of these questions here. I can't stop laughing. Do you want to talk about it, Bolivar? Or not? Hello. Hi, Bolivar.
At the beginning, when you answered my question, I felt some tears coming out of my eyes. I'm like, wow, my God, it's so simple. And
It
then when
is so simple, right?
yeah, it's so simple. And then Catherine was talking and she was laughing, and I started laughing myself out. It's amazing. I don't know. I'm very happy.
I can't see you though, are you? Okay, I'm trying to pin you. Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, I didn't have it.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Yeah, sorry. It's what's so funny? What's so funny, Bolivar?
I don't know. I don't know if you heard my first part where I
No.
said like in the beginning I was when you answered my first question, I sort of had tears in my eyes and I'm like, it's so simple.
Yeah.
And then it's so simple and so simple. And then when Catherine was talking and she was laughing and I started laughing. And yes, it's so simple. Oh my God. That's when I realized like we've been hypnotized
Yeah.
by I don't know, this sort of illusion.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's so simple, right? When it's almost like getting struck sober.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you,
Isn't
Emerson.
it beautiful? Isn't it just so simple and stunning at the same time? And is there anything needed?
No, nothing.
There you go.
Wow.
Is it already the case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much,
Beautiful.
different paths to end up in this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bolivar. Let's chat soon again. That's right. Catherine goes, it's the feeling of trying to become that which I am not, totally nonsensical. Yeah. Or something like that. Hi, Emerson. I've been crying too. I'm in a mess in a good way. Thank you for doing this meeting. It seems like everything is falling apart and I'm okay with it, including my belief system that something needs to happen next when this is already the case. Well said. Thank you. Can you keep my name private because I'm, yeah, no problem. I did not say your name, so. No worries. When I usually get a private message, I don't mention the name. So just in case you don't know. Yeah. Just hang on for 1 second. I'm just going to get water. Sorry. Our thoughts within the dream, that's just another thought. um, so trying to figure out something again is just another thought, trying to figure out a thought when thoughts are really irrelevant. Even when it seems relevant to figure out something is really irrelevant. Not as a gatekeeping or not trying that you don't get it, but there's nothing to get. That's how simple it is. That it's already. This is just like a cheerleader saying, it's already the case. But you can also say that, but that's, it's just trying to figure out something that is just no need to figure out. But thoughts are like dreams, like a dreamscape. A dream of reality, a dream of time, a dream of concepts, a dream of this, a dream of not this. But there's nothing wrong with it because it's just a dream. Hi, Emerson, will you release this video? Because I did not see the other video from last week. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you for the reminder. I released the video. The ordinariness, although everything is totally amazing, is challenging. No special tricks or cities or miracles, but that makes this message such a relief too. Yeah. Hi, Anna. How are you? Is that Anna Ashmore? Or maybe not. I'm not sure. Is the appearance of trying to get better, health-wise or personality-wise, is a deterrent to figuring this out because it reinforces the me? No, you know what I'm saying? It's just what is, right? It's just all happening as it is anyway. So this character is drinking a lot of alkaline water because um, it feels great now. I've been running and all that kind of stuff. And that's also it. There's already no me to reinforce. So that's just what's happening. It's not about, that's not allowed or this is allowed, because it already is. Maria.
I'm really noticing like that when I'm triggered by little rules. So
Yeah.
so it's like so when I'm like, and then I just know that there's a belief system or there's a belief that is seemingly real. Like when you're like, oh, I've been drinking alkaline water. I'm like, wait, but I thought you said that like I'm not supposed to care, but now I'm allowed to drink alkaline
Which is
water.
just another belief. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So it's kind of, it's really fun to just keep batting that shit out.
It
It's like,
is,
oh,
because it
yeah,
always looks for holes when there's no holes, really.
yeah,
Right? It tries to maintain a aha, but there's no aha.
yeah, exactly.
Every,
And then,
yeah.
and any kind of insult, like any kind of like when I'm like, oh, but that's not the rule. It's like there's no fucking rules.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the deal.
This is like anarchy, basically, right? It's
Yeah,
it seems organized, but it's anarchy at the same time. It's just what is. Yeah.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. It is the same thing, for example, if I say that, I'm just drinking beer, you know what I'm saying? That's also the case. What is the difference between former guru Emerson and no guru Emerson of today? The difference is there's no Emerson, really, guru or non-guru. It's just this. In the story, there was a serious character that thought it figured out everything. But since there's really no character, there's really no individual, so to speak, it has not figured out everything because there's nothing to figure out. It's already the case. There's no one that's holding a knowledge that seems to come from lineages, that seems to come from wisdom and everything. There is this transparency here that there's nothing that's needed to be known because it's already the case. The other one was a gatekeeper. This one is a cheerleader. And that's just a story as well. And seemingly the correction and the gatekeeping seem to have caused more harm than good because it was a lot of correction, a lot of wrong, a lot of instructing to do this and do that, although that's also seemingly what is, but it was really fixed on purifying something that already is what is, that cannot be called pure or not, it cannot be captured as an idea. So there's just this seeming appearing of unconditional freedom. Drinking Coke Zero the other day and drinking alkaline water today. Same thing. Hi, Amy. Hello. Beautiful question.
Working? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Oh, great. I totally forgot I had to plug something in and then
No worries.
yeah, thanks, Emerson. I just wanted to say hello, really. And
Yeah, hello.
thank you.
I can't see you, but that's okay if you don't want to be seen.
Yeah, I don't think the
No worries.
I don't think the camera's working right now, but
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
um,
How are you
yeah.
doing?
Yeah, I've been a bit ill,
Oh no.
and um yeah, I have this ongoing challenge with my body reacting to food, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
it's just one of my patterns. Um so yeah, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's a funny one because I think there's you know, going into the story, it's like hard to know sometimes you know, what is reacting, if you know what I mean, if it's the body reacting or if it's the mind reacting, after years of like allergies and different things, it's not clear anymore. But yeah, and
I hope you feel better soon, you know, and I hope you feel better soon, you know. I was sick as well, but I'm feeling really great lately. So
good.
it was a long time too.
Oh, what did you have? What was it?
Just cough, you know, COVID again and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But now it's like it all cleared up, you know, it's beautiful now. And
did you get the fatigue with it, or was it like cold?
There was. I was also traveling. So that's also part of it, seemingly, right? But yeah, it was a lot of just, you know, and luckily someone is helping me with like health and stuff, right? So it's great.
Oh, good.
So it's kind of funny, right? Because there's this I'm getting kind of like these supplements, and one day I ran for 3 times because I was taking this pill. But yeah, it's great now. And I'm hoping that you feel great soon too.
Yeah, thank you. I'm also taking some supplements which are helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a long-term one with when the gut goes wrong, I think, but it's definitely getting better month by month. So yeah. It's funny, I had there was a lightning, and then and I found myself like drifting away a little bit after like very intense you know, just listening to non-duality all the time, and then sort of like a bit of a drifting away with some lightness, and then some intensity, and it brought me back again.
It is what it is, isn't it? Right? It is what it is. No matter what it is, that's also it.
Yeah, because the mind like comes up with, oh well, maybe this is how it is, or maybe this is how it is now. This is changing.
It tries to negotiate the non-negotiable. It tries to negotiate the non-negotiable.
Yeah, because then I do something different in the next minute. You know, there's nothing really known. The body just does something different, and so that's quite fun. It's quite fun to
totally
not know.
Beautiful. Well, we'll chat again soon, Amy. Hope you feel better soon. Just message me.
Yeah, thanks.
It's great to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I see Corey. I didn't see Corey early. Hi, Corey. It's good to see you. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, Corey.
Hi.
Hiya.
I'm all right. Just very, very tired.
Yeah, it's late. I'm planning to move this meeting to an earlier time so that it's not too late. You know, but yeah. Well, it's good to see you, and
yeah, I'm with you. I'm not very, what's the word? Not very chatty.
No worries, Norris. I just wanted to say hi. We'll chat soon. Chat soon later. Love you.
Love you too.
Hello, Emerson. To add to the question earlier, did you believe what you were teaching? I did. I did. Kind of like what I said, though, belief comes and goes, right? And this is going to sound really, really strange. What this is not a belief or not belief. It's just this transparency that there's just this. And that might sound, contradictory and everything. I guess what I'm trying to say is when I was teaching, there was a belief, and then even when my belief fell apart, I was trying to still convey the teaching and everything. So at points, there was almost feeling of dishonesty teaching, and that's what ate up the character, so to speak, because it cannot maintain the falsity, I guess, of what it was doing. Apparently, I'm saying, what seems to happen when this character speaks about this, it almost feels like, and again, this is just a story, that it's finally honest, it's finally sincere, and there's no gatekeeping, there's no it's just seeing directly what already is. There's nothing to change, there's nothing to correct, maybe just an illumination that it always is just what cannot be talked about, the unmoving isness, the directness, the intimacy of something that's never been separate. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. How do I switch then from teaching to not non-teaching? It doesn't matter, to be honest, right? There seems to be this idea that something is better and something is not, which is just another appearance. And getting caught up in that then creates this position that someone has the absolute or the truth and someone doesn't. And when that is grok, or when that's held on, as an absolute or something, then it creates that there is something that you need to get. There's something that you need to be. There's something that needs to happen. A teaching has to be non-teaching or something, which is just another movement. It is what it is, and whatever happens, happens. And it's just the non-happening already that is this constancy, meaning that it's non-happening already. I'm coming in and out of this meeting. Thank you. It's very delightful. I have a question that about another. Oh, okay. There's okay. Although it is just this. There's a preference here not to talk about, um, yeah, other teachers or speakers, especially in a negative light, right? Because what's really the point of that? It's just positioning that someone's right and someone's wrong. I think, though, Emerson, that there is suffering that's happening with this individual that I asked you about, and what do well, thank you for the concern and everything, right? But yeah, it's we can talk about it later if you like. I just don't want to drag anyone that seems to be suffering already, right? So yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you, Amy. Yes, I did too. I really, really did too. He's great. Not a belief, that's why it's the final bus stop on the line. Strange though, you lose everything, but kind of gain everything too. Yeah, seemingly, right? Because there was a lot of fear about this. That if you lose, then you lose. It is a loss, but it's also kind of like sobriety to everything that was, or this openness to everything that seemed to be closed before. Yeah, it's hard to explain, right? But I understand what you're saying, Amy. Yeah, Anna. Sorry, Anna. My questions are dropping away. Yeah, hooray! Because it's already the case. Okay. Oh, thank you too. Oh, I haven't read the WhatsApp yet, so sorry about that. Or maybe I did. It's hard. It's a loss, but so thorough of a loss after seeing it was never there outside of thoughts anyway. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Casey. Well, thank you so much, everyone. It's been a blast as always. Um, Next week, there's a 2-day. If you would like to attend or not, that's completely all right. I just love those long sessions. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks.
And mwah!
See you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a breakout room if you guys want to stay. If not, have a beautiful Sunday. Hi, Richard. I'm going to stop the recording here.